No way. No way.
Council meeting in 5. Need a substitute. You're it. Understood. Took you long enough. Yeah, haha. 5th layer, 60 minutes from now. Got it? Got it. Okay, fill us in. What's happening? We've identified a flaw in the algorithm. Well, not so much identified, more being made aware of. Right, so what are we looking at? We're losing temps. Well, we've lost them. What do you mean losing? Did the watches fail? Sort of. It's less about the watches themselves, more about the algorithm that they're running. Well, I'd argue it's not the algorithm, it's just how travel works. Okay, well, what is actually happening? Well, it looks like they're just disappearing. I mean, they return from a job and then a few seconds later, gone. It's as if they've jumped without the jump. Okay, do we know why? Well, my theory is, what do you mean your theory? Okay, our theory is that all the travel time is catching up to them. Every jump they've done, compounding into one burst of temporal energy all at once. So what? It ages them instantaneously by a measure of all the time they've travelled? That's right. The more we jump, the faster it all comes crashing down. Hang on. I just gave us the note 33 years ago, and you're telling me now that those 30 odd years are going to catch up with me all at once? At some point, yes. At some point. Or do we know when this happens? Nah. Should we get somebody working on that? And you're sure changing the algorithm won't work? How can it? Doesn't matter how we travel, the fact is we're still travelling. The travel itself is the problem. But this is all a theory, right? Well, yeah, a theory backed with sufficient evidence. It's only happened to our temporal clones. Anyone we've sent back to correct the timeline and prevent a disaster eventually voids. Voids? It's what we've called it. Disappears, dies, whatever. Okay, so how do we fix it? I don't think we can. As Bravo said, it's the travelling that's the problem. So we make it so we've never travelled? What, we go back and kill our temps before we jump and remove the need for us to jump in the first place? Something like that. Yeah. Nah, it's far too difficult. You think about how many temps we've had and how many jumps they've made. We'd never catch them all. So we kill it at the root. Stop the algorithm ever being made. Will that work? I don't see why not. The ordinary job logic applies here. We're just calling in a job on ourselves. Well, what about us? What about everything we've changed? Timeline resets. If we were betting men, I'd say it restarts from the moment the changes were made. Evolution marches on, just like God intended. We did wonder if this was a good idea. I know. It just feels like a waste. Curiosity killed the cat. Right. Seeing as I gave us the algorithm, it seems fitting, if not poetic, that I'm the one to revert it. Any objections? No, because you're all me. Well, adios, folks. It's been a pleasure. Well, this is going to be interesting. We got time for a beer? Council meeting didn't go so well? No, not exactly. Let me guess, the algorithm. Yeah, clever man. The temporal energy's just messing with our temps. Sounds painful. Agonising. But I'm here to save the day. We can't give him the note. I figured as much. A little cleaner than killing me though. Oh, don't be so dramatic. But what happens to us and to the council? Well, that part's a bit dramatic. Fitting though, staring down the barrel and being brought down by our own machine. Every act of creation first starts with an act of destruction. Well, we had a good run. Plus, we've got our whole life ahead of us.